Hi, I'm John Rabel, the founder of Launch, which is a legal and business advisory firm for small and mid-sized companies. Today, I thought I'd talk a little bit about some considerations businesses can look at when they're thinking about obtaining legal counsel for their small or medium-sized company. I think a couple of considerations and things that might be important when you're thinking about making that decision and things to look at. So the good news is I think that technology, the internet, access to information for attorneys has become more accessible than ever. So small, mid-sized law firms are able to access information that at one point was somewhat cost prohibitive in terms of acquiring all that information and what you had to pay to get your hands on it. Technology's made that more readily available, and technology's also made things more efficient in terms of drafting contracts, research, things like that. All things that play into what attorneys would be charging in terms of cost to clients to get legal services. So that's all great news for small businesses. A couple of things you might want to consider when you're thinking about retaining legal services. I think one, it's important to get legal services when you're not actually in trouble. If you're looking for someone who can be an advisor and a counselor for your business, help you strategically limit risk. So you don't want to wait until you're actually facing a lawsuit to bring on a business counsel. That's someone who can help you when things are going well. They can help protect your company. They can help spot opportunities and help you take advantage of those. And in general, just be a strategic partner who can help move your business forward. So ideally, you don't want to wait until you're facing a lawsuit or a major dispute to look for legal counsel. It's going to be more expensive and it's going to be more time consuming. Couple of other things. One, I think pay careful attention to what the attorney you're looking at does in terms of services. There are numerous law firms of various sizes that offer, general practice services, and that'll be something along the lines of estate planning, criminal defense, traffic, wills, and business law. So it's unlikely that a lawyer is efficient in all of those areas. You really want to narrow down on someone who's got a practice that focuses on small business law, probably transactional law, who's really in the role of an advisor and a counselor around business, not someone who's got their hands in 10 different types of legal services. It's hard to focus on all those and be proficient in them. So I think paying careful attention to what type of law the attorney practices is a good starting point. You also want to maybe look at the background of the attorney. Backgrounds vary widely across, attorneys. They have undergraduate degrees in different things. They have different types of experience before they became lawyers, whatever the case may be. It may be in your best interest to look for an attorney who's got an actual background in business. Maybe they've got a business degree. Maybe they spent some time working in business or out in the workforce before they went to law school, but generally they've got an understanding of how a business operates. And why I think that's important is a lot of times businesses will face a situation where, the lawyer does nothing but tell them, no, you can't do that. It's against some regulation or it's too risky. And the lawyers don't have an appreciation for the fact that business itself is risky and a company may be willing to take a certain amount of risk in order to move its strategy forward. And so the legal services, I think, should adapt to the specifics of the company, make sure that the company understands all the risk and that the lawyer understands how businesses operate and that the business may be willing to take on some risk. And not just saying no to everything. I think the lawyer's job should be, all right, you want to get here, let's figure out how we can do it and what the potential issues might be. So I think those are a couple things that are important to look at. You can also think about looking at alternative pricing models. The hourly rate still rules in the legal field. Everyone mostly still charges by the hour. But there are some alternative options out there, whether that be flat fee or subscription-based models where you pay a monthly fee that covers certain legal services, including counseling and advising, which may be more beneficial to businesses. That can be more budget-friendly. Also, they can open up more of a strategic partner relationship where you're working together with the attorney as opposed to seemingly at odds where they want to charge you as many hours as possible, but you want to get it done as quickly as possible. So I think it's a lot of considerations to go into figuring out what type of lawyer might work best for your business, but not something that should be taken lightly and not something that should be put off until you're facing a lawsuit. I think a lawyer can be a great benefit to small businesses if the lawyer is offering the correct services. If you've got any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I can be reached at jrabel, that's JRAB as in boy, IL, at launchstrategylegal.com or 804-442-6090.